Black Mirror seems to be coming to life once again, and lucky for us, it's not that pig episode. Oh wait, that did happen. It did, look it up. So I'm sorry to bring that up, but Black Mirror is a really interesting and captivating show where we could look at scenarios that seem at least within reach a little bit. I mean, obviously it's sci-fi, and obviously they exist in worlds that aren't our own. But this time someone has done something that is a lot like an episode of Black Mirror. In the episode Be Right Back, there's someone who uses chat logs and whatever correspondence they had with someone to essentially bring them back via AI. And it does go differently than it has gone in this way. But one person named Eugenia Kudya, I apologize. I greatly apologize. She decided to program the personality of her friend who had died into what is essentially a chatbot. And there are chat logs available online if you'd like to check them out. I've read a great deal of them, not all of them. And she made this out of different correspondences he had, texts, emails, what have you, things she didn't even know about herself per se. And she programmed them into this bot that would respond similar to, I suppose, based on an algorithm, how he would respond. And a lot of other people who knew this man, his name was Roman Mazurenko, really appreciated it. But it was interesting because it's odd how we respond to the dead.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you think about funerals, they often seem like something that are more for the living than the dead, and it's more to give people a feeling like they're hanging out with this person again, even though it's completely impossible to do so.
It's your chance for closure. You know, that's generally speaking of funerals. You get to say your goodbyes. You get to say the things you never said in person, without the person responding back. So the idea of having a chatbot of a dead friend or lover or relative, in which you can unload all your personal feelings, thoughts, even grievances, and then have them respond. There's a level of like emotional and psychological toll I feel that would take on a person.
Well, I mean, it could also help you move on. It depends on how you take it, because we're, you know, with technology introduced to make our lives easier, it does have different ramifications on how we emotionally deal or process things, and this is definitely a take on that. So there are lots of chat logs you can read. It's not always made clear who is talking. The programmer, Eugenia, she said that all those messages that she had seen from other people as well were about love or telling him something they never had time to tell him. Even if it's not a real person, there was a place they could say it. They can say it when they feel lonely, and they come back still. And a lot of the logs are really sad, which is like, I miss you. And he goes, oh, sad face, you know. And it's just like, it's interesting to see how people would respond to a simulacrum of a person. I mean, we've heard about people like sitting in cemeteries and talking to a headstone, but what if it could talk back?
I mean, how different is this than hiring someone who does a seance and gives you the illusion or opportunity?
I think this is less crass than that, because what you're looking at is basically a charlatan who is taking your money, and this is, I presume, not a charge. Yeah. At least that she made to her friends.
I feel like, but even take it 100 years ago, where this, you know, maybe seances were the, you know, originator of this, and it's almost the natural technological progression of how we speak to the dead.
Yeah. I mean, it might just be the progression of how we deal with death, because you should know when you're doing this, you're not speaking to them. You're speaking to a version of them or a fragment of them, but not really them.
But, you know, you always run that risk.
I always know. What?
I'm just saying, the risk is out there that someone will take it too far. It'll become like her.
Okay, I thought you meant like, or it could be a ghost.
No, oh God, no. This isn't Ring, like Sadako versus, you know, Dark Water. Or
this could be a movie
it's not
too.
That. It could be. Actually, I mean, well, it kind of was. It was an episode.
Black Mirror.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think it's great for the people who need that process of grieving, because I mean, you know, a lot of our friends recently seem to have had some really tragic losses, and watching them go through this, you know, would having that help them. But then you have to worry about, you know, as Robert Ford says about the AIs in Westworld, they're not real.
Yep. and that's something you need to remember. Though I think most people do this as more of a personal process. Like I said earlier, funerals are more for the living than the dead. I wonder if people would change how they feel about or how they would respond, you know, because in life we have all these opportunities to talk to people, but we don't do it, and then we just feel emboldened after the fact. Or do we invent something after the fact that wasn't even really there? I wonder sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a certain psychology to this that isn't really explored just yet. Audience, is there anyone in your life you would like to see a fragment of as a chatbot? It's an interesting idea, though would you actually really want to take that leap? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.